So guys, the Avengers, Doomsday leaks have changed everything. I mean, all the calculations and theories everyone was sitting with about what would happen and how, all of that has been turned upside down. And the biggest thing here is that these leaks aren't new, because earlier nobody was believing these leaks. Remember, you had seen some AI images months ago. But now it's starting to make sense that these leaks were leaked with an AI layering so that they couldn't be taken down for copyright infringement. I mean, man, what level of leaks have we reached that now AI is being used to do the leaking? And first of all, let me clear myself. This leak is nothing from my side. Like, I'm completely clean. These leaks have come from a Russian YouTuber, Kobe, and they perfectly match the leaked footage of Doomsday. And guess what? There are some new, more AI upscaled photos from the same community, where in one image, Doom is looking through a red portal at some red, slushy thing that directly hints at chaos magic. And along with that, the person who is visible next to Doom, and whose physique looks like a male, could totally turn out to be Doctor Strange, but in a disguise and as a variant. Which then brings us to this image where Doom's Harbinger minions, Latvian diplomats, and witches are present, helping him. Officially they will represent Doom along with the others, but eventually, no matter how many promises they make you, no matter how much trust they build among the other heroes, in the end, after being brainwashed, or becoming Doom's loyal servants, or Doom himself being them, they will all act in their own best possible interest. Because of this, a few months ago, a description of the Doomsday movie was also leaked, which people were completely calling rubbish and bullshit. But now that we are getting to see the trailer, we are getting to see the leaked Comic-Con trailer, and as soon as this description exactly matches those trailers, the respect of the guy who leaked this description has increased. Now, many of you might not know about this leaked description, but let's match the sense it makes with the leaked trailer. You too will understand how legit this description is. Now, what does this description say? And listen carefully to every single word of it to see what sense this whole description makes. Now, the description starts like this. Avengers. Doomsday starts on the Earth of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, where in New York, Tobey's Spider-Man is fighting Deadpool and Wolverine. In this, both have been sent by Beast with a planet-destroying bomb so that he can blow up Tobey's world to save his own universe from the incursions. And with this paragraph now also makes sense as to why Deadpool appeared at Comic-Con for the promotion of Avengers, Doomsday. Because, directly or indirectly, at least in a small role, he is going to be mentioned in Avengers, Doomsday. Because, ahead, Tobey fights Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. But Wolverine somehow activates the bomb. After the blast, Wolverine and Tobey's Spider-Man die along with every single human on their Earth, where only Deadpool survives and returns to his original Earth. From a distance, Charles Xavier watches that destroyed world and feels sad. But he has no other option. Whether he blows up their world or blows up his own and dies. And then, didn't we see these things in the trailer? How Charles was sitting sadly, watching the planet end before his eyes. And I can't believe this thing was leaked before, and people didn't believe it. Anyway, after that, the scene shifts to Tony Stark's funeral, where Steve Rogers is talking with some heroes including Ant-Man, and they set out to return the Infinity Stones. And after that, he decides to go back in the past to stay with Peggy Carter, where they have a son named Jim. Where after that, one day, Loki comes to meet them. And this is the same Loki, who was the Loki before the finale of Loki Season 2. Now, in the story, Loki tells Steve about the TVA and warns him that this timeline will be pruned, because Steve's staying in this timeline and making a family here was never written. And then after that, Loki gave them a new way out. He would transfer them, and keep them in a world where no version of them exists. and that happens to be the Fantastic Four's universe. Before going, Loki gives Steve a special card, which he can use to contact him in the future. And, bro, you can't imagine how close this is to the released leak of Avengers, Doomsday. I mean, even the leaked trailer had a mention of Loki. And the actual original trailer also had a mention of Loki. And how Loki was with Steve, this thing makes sense. And this leaked description had been leaked months ago. Because now, I mean, Loki going to Steve's universe makes sense according to the timeline. His giving Steve his card, and Steve's living in the Fantastic Four ship with them. All these things were leaked months ago, which originally no one believed, and all this now seems to be slowly coming true. Now, this means, you understand, Steve has the trump card, just like there was the Portals moment in Endgame. Steve himself is going to be the guy who, later on, in the final fight against Doom, will call Loki, and then there will be a grand, crazy moment. Now, further ahead according to the description, Steve and his family live there comfortably for the next 10 years. After which, Dr. Doom comes to meet Sue Storm and Franklin, which we already saw in the post-credits scene of Fantastic Four. By seeing the visual reference itself, it becomes clear that the three have known each other for a very long time. Doom tells them that their universe is also about to become the next victim of the incursions, and he asks Reed Richards to go to Earth 616. And if you're not getting this, then let me show you this image again, because from this image you will understand what sense the existence of a person like Doom here makes. And then in this image, there is a space in the middle of the Fantastic Four family. And again, in the same image, there is a space in the middle of the Fantastic Four family. And people are already talking on the internet about this abrupt gap, where we already know how the Russo brothers cut us all in Infinity War. The trailer showed something else, and actually, the movie had something else. It is totally possible that Doom will be standing here. And then, going forward, you can imagine that alongside, when in this battle Doom betrays everyone, Reed will also be present there. And that's why, bro, in the actual leaked trailer, Reed Richards is shouting at Doom, grabbing him and asking, "Did you do this?" Exactly as we saw in the leaked Comic-Con trailer. It all makes sense now. Here, bro, I'm unable to contain my excitement now, because ahead, the description says that Doom asks Reed if there is any person from another reality living in their universe, because Doom has already sensed it. And upon scanning, they find out that an anomaly exists on their Earth. And then, Steve and his family are in the Fantastic Four universe. Then, ahead, the Fantastic Four confront Steve. Steve recognizes them, and they all discuss everything about the incursions. After which, Steve is taken to Earth 616 so that he can make the Avengers trust Doom's plan. And then what? Steve does this job. The Avengers also start trusting Dr. Doom. Like, see what sense it's making. Then the next stop for all of them is the X-Men's universe. But the X-Men turn out to be quite hostile. They have survived multiple incursions, so they don't trust anyone, because they themselves are bastards. They've kept their universe alive by betraying others. They've killed other planets and Earths, in the guild of which they are all in now. But this is a necessary evil that they have to do. Then what happens? The X-Men think that these Avengers and Fantastic Four have come together to destroy their Earth, the X-Men's world, so they start fighting among themselves. And Reed and Doom explain their plan. They propose a plan to build massive cannons on every Earth that will permanently separate the universes and stop the incursions. And these teams will go to different Earths and install these cannons. Yes, this is actually their plan. And in the meantime, Steve also tells Thor about a living Loki and how he met him. So Thor asks Steve to take him to Loki, saying, "Bro, please let me meet my brother once." Using Loki's card, they reach the TVA. But there, everyone is already dead. And Loki's heart has been ripped out. Yes, the description says that everyone there is dead. And Loki's heart is also lying there, ripped out. Damn, that's so dark. Then what? Thor, Steve, seeing all the chaos in the TVA, both of them understand that Dr. Doom's hand is behind all this. Steve confronts Doom first. Doom reveals his real plan. He wanted the incursions to happen so that he could break the entire multiverse, rebuild it in his image, and bring back his dead family. Just like in the trailer, we see Dr. Doom looking towards a mural painting. And just before this, a leak had also come from the Avengers. Doomsday trailer, where Steve, in his normal dad clothes, is fighting Dr. Doom. And that also makes sense as to why Dr. Doom is bringing the Sentinels to life with his magic. Because actually, when he went to the X-Men's planet with everyone, building trust, to execute his second plan, then in the middle, Thor and Steve had already arrived and tell everyone that actually Dr. Doom is the traitor. And then, everyone's fight happens together. Dr. Doom thrashes Thor. And when he sees that everyone is overpowering him together, he brings the Sentinels to life. And the X-Men's biggest nightmare awakens again. Then, Doom reveals afterwards that Steve's presence in their universe was the real reason for the incursions, because Steve was never a part of this universe. And because of this, Doom's family was also killed. In the attempt to stop the incursions, Doom did dangerous experiments. He approached a much simpler plan so that people wouldn't die. And in that very simple approach, his family gets killed, and Doom himself becomes badly disfigured. Because of which, he always has to wear armor and a mask. And then, as revenge, Doom kills Steve's son Jim right in front of him. Yes, Doom is killing children now. And then what? Doom proceeds to announce, and the Avengers have arrived, and they all prepare for war in Latveria. The Fantastic Four, Avengers, and X-Men all together attack Latveria. Thor prays to Odin like he's sitting in a forest and praying for help in that battle, which also fulfills the purpose of the post-credit scene of Thor, Love and Thunder, because from Valhalla, an army also comes to help him. And then what? A huge CGI battle happens. A massive war begins, the Avengers, Wakanda, everyone together. And along with the Latvian army, and Thor also has brought the army from Valhalla. Many people fight. Many people die. Earths start crashing into each other. And finally, in the end, all the universes crash and are destroyed. Everyone dies. Where only one person remains, like a curse, that this is your curse, you will stay alive, and Dr. Victor Von Doom is alive there. And then it's revealed that Doom had stolen Loki's powers. And using those very powers, he creates Battle World, brings everyone back to life, and erases everyone's memories. Where now everyone thinks that Battle World has always been their world. And we see that everyone is living their new life in a fake reality. And in the final scene, Dr. Doom is seen sitting on the throne as the Emperor of Battle World. And the movie ends. Now at this point, what do I even say in the end? We knew that everyone would lose. But here, Doom also appears to be losing. You could say that objectively he won, but emotionally, he had already lost. Where he alone is left alive. And then, he will realize what kind of king a lonely king is. Then he brought everyone back to life. And then the story pushed towards Secret Wars. Damn, this is crazy shit, bro. I can't believe that a few months ago, we were all calling this leak bullshit, saying, "Did this happen? Why are such things being said?" But as trailers started coming, as leaked trailers started coming, now it's starting to make sense that the first half will look like everything is aligning. Yes, it'll look like Dr. Doom is tricking everyone into trusting each other. But eventually, Thor and Steve will find out by going to the TVA. And by seeing Loki's dead body, they'll find out that actually, all this happened because of him. And then, after coming back, the whole carnage begins. Like, I still remember that leak where Steve, Thor, and all the other X-Men heroes gather together to fight Doctor Doom, and then Doctor Doom brings all the Sentinels to life, which creates that "oh shit" moment. Like, that scene meant that Doctor Doom's face gets revealed, that actually his plan was there, and there he is fighting everyone unprepared. And this war is like the smallest war, the first interaction, the first point of contact with Doctor Doom, because apart from this, another war also exists, which will be the one in Latveria. Doom would have prepared his whole army with the help of the multiverse, and then the Avengers, the army of Valhalla, and then the people of Wakanda. Everyone would have come together with the X-Men and others to figure out how to defeat Doctor Doom. And still, they will lose, and Doctor Doom will survive in the end. And then he will realize, okay, you bring everyone back to life in Battle World. And then, with some different leads like Spider-Man and others, we will advance into Secret Wars. And from there, we will get a fresh slate with Ghost Rider, New X-Men, and Black Panther 3. Rest, you must tell your opinions about what you think of this, the biggest league till now. Like, the entire story has been laid out in front of you, what it was. What do you think about it? Do you think it got a bit too much? Was something a bit less? Should the spies have been something else? Or is this thing definitely not going to happen? Do tell me your opinions in the comments about all that, and keep watching.